My name is Mark Lawry. I'm the Assistant Chief of the West Bloomfield Fire Department. That's in southeast Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. And we're here taking a look at our new aerial pumper. The West Bloomfield community is a 6x6 community covering 36 square miles, about 76,000 residents, and we run close to 10,000 runs per year. 10,000 runs seems like an awful lot for a fire truck, but we also do advanced life support. If we want to start in the front, I am a veteran, so yes, we will have a great big American flag just about everywhere you can look. When we get to the back, you'll see another one back there. If I could have done the whole thing in an American flag, I would have. We also have a cross lay up front for us to use. This truck will be run on confirmed house fires, not necessarily on our ALS runs or anything like that, but this will actually be a firefighting truck. And as you can see, as fancy as we made it, it'll also be one of our parade trucks for demoing and for open house and stuff like that. We went with a Commander cab. This is set up for 4 folks. We generally will run this with 2 people, but we always, on a bigger incident like this, we may have some extra people in the back, so we needed to make sure that they had seats for safety and everything back there. When you take a look into the cab, you'll see that we have pass-throughs because we do need to carry not only all of our regular firefighting equipment, but we also carry medical equipment. And if this is on a scene, I need to have every tool and a backup to every tool in the event that we need it on scene. So you're going to see a ton of empty cabinets. It's going to be filled with all of the hand tools, all of the scoop shovels, all of the air packs, everything that normally goes on a regular fire truck, and then some, because this is kind of the biggest beast that we bring to a firefight. Pump panel, not a whole lot different than a regular engine pump panel. Obviously, when the ladder goes up, it's slightly different. So we have, opening valves that are, actually there are 3 valves on this truck that open up water flow to the stick itself. And when we get to the stick around the front, I can show you where we run 2 remote controlled nozzles in the front. This is a 2000 GPM pump. We put the big motor in this. This is an X15, which is a 600 horsepower Cummins motor. But when this is running at full capacity, it takes close to 300 to 400 horsepower just to run the pump at full capacity. So we wanted to make sure we had plenty in reserve to do what it needs to do. Again, as we go through these, we're still in the process of checking the truck out, so you'll see lots of empty boxes and stuff in there. So when we were designing this, we made sure that it had a swing out compartment so we could mount tools on the outside, mount tools on the inside, and then this truck carries 6 extra air packs on it in the event that we need them on the fire ground. So that's why you're seeing the extra bottle holders there. Again, another compartment. We're still in the process of checking it, which is why it's full of equipment. Lots of adjustable shelving as our needs change throughout the years. The last truck that we had built like this lasted us 25 years. We expect this one to last 25 years. The technology and how fires are fought 10 years from now is going to be slightly different than it is today. So we'll making room for adjustments for later. One last smaller cabinet on this side. The folks that are running up into the ladder can grab the tool belts and stuff before they go on the ladder itself. And then in the back, this truck carries a full complement of ladders, 24 foot, 35 foot, 10, 15, multiple roof ladders, plus all the pike poles and everything to do ladder exercises on there. Continuing around the truck, LDH, this truck will carry 1,000 feet of LDH, a little bit more than we carry on our normal trucks for our lays. We're within 400 feet of any hydrant, but we carry a bunch extra in case we have a frozen hydrant or we need to bypass one, make sure we can still get water. Again, more cabinetry with adjustable shelving. Some of these that you're looking at have a bunch of wiring laying around in here, and this is where we add extra 12-volt wiring in the event we're going to need to charge batteries or something in the future. So this truck's going to be around for probably a quarter of a century. We need to make sure that we're capable of using it for that long. And again, adjustable shelving so that we can move them up and down based on the equipment that we're putting in there at any given time. Last one is the cord reel. This allows us to run power into the house or the apartment or the commercial construction, whatever it is that we're working on at the time, because a lot of times once the power and everything's cut, we need to still run power into the building. We can control how that piece works. Okay, so now we've gotten to the actual ladder part itself. Our 25-year-old truck was all done with hydraulics and multiple sticks, and you had to be pretty well coordinated. You know, today everything's done with a single joystick. So the younger generation is probably going to be much better at this than I am, but it's also run on a computer screen. This computer screen matches the computer screen in the bucket, matches the computer screen that's at the back. This truck's a 100-foot platform, and not just a ladder, but we'll walk up to the bucket so that we can actually effect a rescue and someone can walk right into it. Not only that, but it's also got at a minimum 1,000 pound rating, so if we had to use it for a tie-off or lowering people to the ground, we could put a whole bunch of folks in there at one time. The truck itself has a 500-gallon tank so that we can show up with water and start the process before we connect to hydrants. We look over the edge again are those 2 remote controlled monitors. If I am short-staffed, I can run that right from the ground under a remote control. So I can remote control the flow, I can remote control the straight tip and the fog nozzle, both opening and closing it. Whatever it is I need from the ground, from the pedestal, or from this platform itself. Also set up with the Stokes basket in case we have to take somebody and lower them to the ground. Literally connects in a couple of spots. So yeah, at this point I'd like to throw a special thanks out to the Township Board who supports us very well whenever the fire department requests something. We don't request stuff unless we need it, and when we need something, they come through for us. I'd also like to thank our chief, and more importantly, probably the guys who put this truck together, guys like Pat Kerr, Todd Bradley, Todd Mahoney, Nate Goss, and Paul Disher. Those are the guys who really work on the truck committee, who kind of define exactly what this thing needs to look like. And they came up with the paint scheme, because this is also a parade truck. So this will be the pride of West Bloomfield when it's running the parades.